Good day everyone and welcome back. Today the first of a three-part series on SCP-5000, also known as Y. This video does contain some scenes of violence and swearing and has been authorised by the following council members and administration staff. Let's begin. Description: SCP-5000 is a non-functional mechanical suit, identified within its internal schematics as an absolute exclusion harness designed by the SCP Foundation. Although SCP-5000 is believed to have possessed a number of anomalous functions intended to protect and benefit its occupant, damage inflicted to it in the past means that it is currently only capable of basic file storage. For a record of files contained within SCP-5000 upon recovery, see Archive 5001. SCP-5000 first appeared in a flash of light within SCP-579's containment chamber at Site 62 Charlie on the 12th of April 2020, containing a corpse genetically identical to Foundation employee Pietro Wilson. Pietro Wilson is currently employed at Exclusionary Site 6, and Amnestic Therapy has confirmed he has no knowledge of SCP-5000 or memories concerning the events detailed within its archives. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-5000 is to be kept in a deactivated state within a standard storage locker located at Site 22. All files and intelligence retrieved from SCP-5000 are to be stored on a secure server, with backups available upon request from the Archival Department. Archive 5001. Journal Entry 1-1.
My name is Pietro Wilson. I don't know what's happening. I think I might be the only one left. The date is 02/01/2020. Sorry, thought transcription is tricky. I'm not used to this yet. The date is the 2nd of January 2020. I've just escaped from Exclusionary Site 6. I'm not certain, but I think everyone else is dead. Those guys, they were fodder. If I hadn't got to the zoo, I'd be... Oh God.
Journal Entry 1-2.
I need to get myself together or this thing isn't going to be legible at all. Most likely they're going to want some kind of record of this whole incident for posterity. I'm currently on my way to the nearest Foundation installation, a small safe house for agents making their way through this part of the country. Most likely there won't be anyone there, but I should be able to get into contact with my superiors and find out what exactly is going on. Things started around 6, maybe 7 hours ago. A group identifying themselves as Mobile Task Force Zeta 19, Lonely Only, Insurgent Infiltrators, maybe, entered the site. They had proper identification and everything, and gathered everyone into the canteen. Then they started the shooting. Jesus, I can still taste the blood. I can't get that awful metal taste off my tongue. It's a miracle I didn't get hit or trampled on, the way people were climbing over each other to get out of there. If I hadn't got to the exclusion harness, I'd be dead. No doubt about it. Like I said, they were thorough. I'm a technician for the power grid on ES6. So I don't fully get how this thing works, but I understand the basics. This perception filter thing, it doesn't mean people can't see me, but it does mean they can't recognize the fact that they can see me, which I guess is the same thing when you get down to it. But those infiltrators, they didn't even take anything, didn't even try to. I watched after I got into this thing. I was too scared, fucking coward, to make a run for it. They just checked the bodies and left. An extra bullet for every head. They were just there to kill us.
Journal Entry 1-3.
Finally made it to the safe house after hours and hours of trudging through this goddamn desert. Heard a few explosions in the distance. Maybe the Foundation sent an MTF to engage those infiltrators before they got away. Hope so. Never been happier to see bottled water in my life. The harness sustains your body while you're wearing it, apparently, but my mind still thinks I should be drinking. Human nature, I guess. Anyway, once I get these legs of mine rested, I'm going to try and get these systems online. I need to get in touch with the Foundation and find out what exactly is going on.
Journal entry 1-4.
Holy shit!
Downloaded file 1-1.
They sent this to every government, news organisation and anomalous agency on the planet. Fuck me.
The following is a message composed via consensus of the O5 Council. For those who are not currently aware of our existence, we represent the organization known as the SCP-5000. Our previous mission centered around the containment and study of anomalous objects, entities, and other assorted phenomena. This mission was the focus of our organization for more than 100 years. Due to circumstances outside of our control, this directive has now changed. Our new mission will be the extermination of the human race. There will be no further communication.
Composed file 1-1.
Immediately following the release of their worldwide announcement, the Foundation began their assault on mankind. The response to the anomalies the Foundation let loose was as quick as it could have been, but the damage is being done. It's hard to tell what exactly is going on, but from my position here, accessing the Foundation network and keeping a track of the news, I've managed to grasp a little. I'm going to get everything I know down, so that when this is over, if anyone's still alive, they'll know what happened to us. SCP-096. Images of SCP-096's face circulated on social media platforms. Death toll had already reached the hundreds before the images were taken down. For all I know, that thing's still going. SCP-169. A series of nuclear charges are detonated within and along SCP-169's back, causing it to stir in its sleep slightly. The resulting earthquakes and tsunamis devastate a significant number of coastal settlements around the world. SCP-662. Over the course of 24 hours, an individual whose appearance matches that of Mr. Deeds appears in the vicinity of several major heads of state and assassinates them using whatever tools are immediately available, disappearing just as quickly. I don't know why this stopped after the first day. SCP-610. Samples of SCP-610 are dispersed by embedded Foundation agents within many major cities, including New York and Delhi. All civilians in the area, along with the agents themselves, are quickly infected and succumb to SCP-610. Further spread of SCP-610 is halted by the combined efforts of the Global Occult Coalition and the Church of the Broken God. SCP-682. Released. I don't understand why this is happening.
Downloaded file 1-2.
News footage I managed to download between drinking sessions. Begin log. Reporter Maria Henderson is speaking from inside a GOC evacuation tent. Scrolling header indicates that she is speaking from the outskirts of Trolsa, Sweden. Behind her, patients can be seen being treated by doctors in full protective gear. Maria herself is wearing a surgical mask pulled up slightly to allow her to speak into the microphone, which kind of defeats the purpose if you ask me.
Repeating what has previously been put out by the Global Occult Coalition. Residents that have not already evacuated are advised to seal themselves inside their homes as quickly as possible, using whatever materials are available.
Shit, we've got expiration. Get the eraser ready.
You can help in here.
Move, all of you, quick, get out.
Now let's get them out of here.
Maria Henderson quickly begins moving out of the tent, out into a field filled with similar installations. A loud buzzing sound is heard from the tent behind her, and several flashing lights can be seen. Thick smoke pours out of a gap in the top of the tent.
Any individuals still in a compromised area are advised to keep careful watch over those around them. If any friends or family members begin exuding a noticeable minty smell, they are to be quarantined immediately.
Feed cuts out. I later found out that this is when television stopped. Everywhere. Internet too. World gone dark in just a few seconds. End log.
Journal entry 1-5.
It's funny. With the supplies in this place, not to mention the exclusion harness, I could probably survive for years right here. But the idea of being sat here with no idea what's going on in the outside world, it's unbearable. Still, I'm not sure whether I really want to know what's happening out there either. When I was a kid, real sick all the time, not able to go out that much, I was really into detective stories, Sherlock Holmes and all that shit. I always wanted to figure things out. Anyway, my dad had this row of plant pots on the wall outside the house, and they were always getting knocked over, but he could never figure out what was doing it. That was pretty much at my peak of detective obsession, so I was on the case like nothing else. I was a stupid shit, so I couldn't actually deduce anything, you understand. So I ended up buying this cheap spy camera and recording the wall overnight. It was a stray cat. My dad ended up kicking it to death, like I should have known he would. Curiosity, well, you know the saying. Everyone involved would have been better off if I'd minded my own business. Except my dad. But fuck him. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I'd rather be doing something than nothing. Besides, if I have the exclusion harness, nothing that would want to hurt me will ever know I'm there. I'm a tourist at the end of the world. Destination, Site 19. Closest real Foundation installation. Only makes sense. I'm getting some answers.
Recorded file 1-1.
Encounter with Foundation elements a few days after leaving my shelter. Watching weird behaviour. Begin log. Viewing a group of Foundation soldiers in a clearing from a distance, 9 in total, stood in a line. A 10th soldier, the commander, is silently pacing back and forth in front of them. Uniforms and insignia, they look like those of MTF-6, the village idiots. After a few seconds, the commander claps her hands once and steps towards the line.
Performing the check now.
Of course.
The commander takes out a knife and stabs the soldier in the shoulder. There's no reaction.
Get that wound treated.
The soldier nods. The commander proceeds to stab each soldier in the line in the same way, with no reaction from any of the victims, until the 8th, who noticeably winces.
Oh!
Got a live one!
The commander and all other soldiers quickly aim their guns and fire upon Soldier 8, killing him. He drops to the ground. The commander then moves to the 9th soldier and stabs him in the shoulder, with no visible reaction.
All right, we're clear. Move out.
MTF-6 pack up their supplies and leave the area, leaving the corpse of the dead soldier where it is. Manage to retrieve weaponry and basic medical supplies from the body. Bury it as well as I can afterwards. End log. Closing notes? No fucking clue.
Recorded file 1-2.
Weird transmission I caught on an old radio. Don't know if it's important, but trying to get everything down for posterity. Begin log.
7, 5. Can you hear me? There is a hole shining in the holes between your eyelids. I have never been to Versailles before. I want to be loved. 9. I am standing behind you now. 5. I am 2 of us standing behind you now. The goddess eats the city in the sea. 9. There's a hole on the floor with an answer waiting in it. 7. Look, you're hatching. You're hatching.
End log. Closing notes. Message stopped once I turned the radio over and saw that it was damaged beyond repair. Am I feeling okay?
Journal entry 1-6.
When I thought of Site 19 as being relatively close by, I never really took into account that was probably with a vehicle in mind. Can't risk cars or anything like that. Even if I went unnoticed, the vehicle wouldn't. All it takes is one Foundation soldier or wandering anomaly to spot it, and I'm as good as dead. But still, marching through the woods, even with the harness protection, isn't the most pleasant experience. It would be hard to move out of the way if anything came traipsing through, for one. Just because things can't notice me doesn't mean they can't run me down. It gives me time to think, though. Like, why the hell am I even going to Site 19? What do I hope to accomplish? If I wanted to stay out of danger, survive as long as possible, I'd be best suited as getting as far away from any Foundation personnel as possible, not jumping right into the Viper's nest. Answers, I guess. More than anything, I want answers. Even if I get kicked to death afterwards.
And that concludes the first part of SCP-5000. The second part will be out in December. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you did. It will really help the growth of the channel. Huge thanks to Exploring Series and Lumi for voicing in this video. All their links can be found below. The next and last video for this month will be the monthly SCP Summarized. Keep up to date on more videos via the social media pages and check out the SCP Illustrated shop for some cool posters and prints. If you don't want to wait days and weeks for more content, then consider joining the Patreon or becoming a channel member. You get early video access, Discord access, see all the sketches early, request your own sketches, get your name in all the videos, and so much more. And thank you to Generals Alert, Rick Trexon, Sam B, JT Walker, Horizons, Jax Merrick, Alexander, Number of the Yeast, Dr. Soup, Rome and Arbiter Soul. Big thanks to the council members Kibara, Lenhox, Captain Core, Hunter Killer, Arctoast, Arctos, Shadow, Romulus the Commissar, Kilo, CJ and Nightmare. And huge thanks to the administrators Kimana, Viger, Gilbert, Panzer, Brian, Wunderschnell and the Shadow. Thank you all for watching, I will see you all soon, and take care.